Hi folks, it's a very rare day here in January because the sun is beating down. So I need that sort of kick up my backside to get out on a motorbike. But do you ever have one of those days where you just can't get motivated, can't decide what to do, where to go, what kit to take? Well, I'm having one of those days today. Actually, that's one of the first things I want to talk about. So hop on the back and we'll go for a spin. And welcome on board, folks. Actually, before I get into today's chat, just another huge thank you to all of you for tipping me over that 5,000 subscriber mark earlier in the week. I know I left a little message on the YouTube channel, but just in case you didn't see that, thanks once again for that. And actually that segues nicely into what I want to talk about, because as I was lying in bed this morning thinking I really need to get out on a motorbike today because I was looking up at the blue skies outside the window, I was thinking, God, imagine if I didn't have the bikes. Because I really, as I said in the intro, it was one of those days I thought I could easily stay in bed for a few extra hours today. I'm still off work, it's still in the holiday period, straight after Christmas. Christmas is done and dusted, as is New Year, and it's just like, okay, time to relax for a few days before it goes crazy again in 2022. So if I didn't have the motorbikes today, I think I would have struggled. But that isn't the first time I've sort of encountered that, and it's sort of, without going into the whole mental health thing of motorbikes and how amazing they are for my soul, well, literally food for my soul, music for my soul, whatever, they just inspire me. And if I didn't have that, I think on days like this I might have been in trouble, just, you know, go back to bed for the day, whatever. I'm not normally a person like that, but I definitely need something to get me motivated. And again, back to you guys for getting me over the 5,000 sub mark this week. You know, that's obviously been another little pep in my step. But that's one of the reasons I wanted to come out today and talk to you about this, and please feel free to light up the comment section below with this. Let me know of your experiences, because I've said vocally as well over the last year and a half whilst I've been running this channel that for me there's no such thing as a motorbike season. Because if I put my bikes away for the winter, therefore I'm sort of putting closure on my bikes for a few months or whatever it is, and that would affect me hugely. I mean, even if I can't ride bikes, again, something I'm always vocal about, to look at bikes for me just set me alight, make me happy, make me feel great inside, all warm and fuzzy, you know that feeling, folks. And as long as I have that, then it's just a wonderful thing in my life. But again, this is all personal. It used to be flying, for those of you who've just joined the channel who are new to it. Used to be flying, which used to set me alight all my life. Actually, that was me hobby until I had a few bad scares a few years ago, flying in weather I shouldn't have been flying in, and thought, right, that's it, sod that. My wife was delighted when I went home after the final scare I had, and thankfully I made it home to tell her that I'd made the decision to pack in the flying, and then in the next breath I then told her I was getting back into motorbikes. But hey ho, that's part and parcel of being a bloke, isn't it? Not necessarily a bloke. I know there's a few lady bikers out there as well who follow me, and let me know if you feel the same. What was I going to say there? Oh yeah, it's uncanny how many of us are wired the same way as well. I mean, there's a lot of us who are into the same thing, flying, motorbikes, music. It seems to be a familiar trait with a lot of us bikers, and it's almost like we have the same fundamental wiring loom inside us. We just go off on a few tangents now and again. That's a lovely little pub there we passed on the corner. Never been in it, but I love that sort of little country Irish pub in the middle of nowhere. Now don't be fooled by that Irish sun, folks, because I've got my heated grips on maximum, because it's absolutely freezing today. The Irish sun is about 10 degrees colder than the rest of the sun in the world. It's actually the wind chill, obviously, but it is really cold today. I've got the neck warmer on, I've got thermals on, and I never normally suffer from the cold, but I can feel the cold air coming up inside the helmet. Bloody freezing. Anyway, back to what we were saying. There's another little gorgeous pub hidden in the middle of nowhere. I'd love to know if these pubs are still working, especially after lockdown and whatever else. What was I going to say? Hold on, I'll get ahead of him. And here's the rain. But hey, it doesn't matter. I'm over the moon. I've made the effort to get out on two wheels. Just passed through a little downpour there, so without stopping I've wiped the lens again, so I hope you can see straight ahead alright, because I've still got rain on the visor, so I can't really see the back of the GoPro screen. So yeah, where were we? Oh yes, back to the motivation that motorcycling gives me. So yeah, I was talking about, even when I can't ride, even when it's bucketing down with rain, the fact that I can go out to the shed and, you know, tinker with me bikes and put camera mounts on them, or even polish them up, that sort of stuff. I love all that crack. It does fulfill me, lifts my spirits. And another lovely car driver who hasn't seen me, trying to give me a kiss to wish me well for the new year ahead. Thanks so much, but not today, buddy. Riding into bluer skies, sunnier climes. Now this is the second trip out so far this year with the GoPro configuration back on the helmet, max lens mod. And just because I know a few of you are interested, obviously the last video worked perfectly. The GoPro didn't crash at all, and so far this hasn't crashed either. So I'm really hoping that new software within the GoPro 10 has done the trick. I shouldn't even mention it, shall I? I've probably just jinxed it now. But anyway, so far so good, which is great. I'd love it if there was just a coffee van, one of those coffee trucks which is set up in abundance over the lockdown. I don't know what it's like in your country, but here in Ireland we seem to have thousands of them set up over the last 2 years. And for the likes of myself, who's always on the road, they're absolutely brilliant. Although I have become somewhat of a coffee snob, and they're not all great, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, that would be great just around the corner, as if by magic. But it doesn't look like there is one. There is a lake down here, which I quite often pull in to take a few photographs of the bikes. So I shall do the same here, give you a little look at how my triple black R1200GS is doing these days. I've had it out a few times over Christmas, and oh my god, you won't believe this when I tell you, but I haven't even cleaned it with all the mud on it over Christmas, basically because I've always thought, well, I'll be out on it the following day, so what's the point? So I am looking for a change in the weather so I can just go out and clean the bikes, spend a day cleaning them, getting them all polished up, ACF 15 whatever, for the year ahead. And I'm sort of contradicting myself a little bit, because I've already said that there's no such thing as a bike and season in my world. Well, there's not. I just mean 2022 ahead. Now there's a sport I used to be into as well, fishing like that. And poor sod is caught on the reeds by the looks of it. It's definitely not a fish. Nope. Unless it's a shark, and I doubt that very much over here in Muller Lake. Now that's that's one thing I used to love. Oh, look at that! He's caught some rushes or some reeds. Yeah, that's one thing I used to love. And actually, I'd love to get back into it. Where I live in this county, which is County Cavan in Ireland, there are 365 lakes, one lake for every day of the year. And so the fishing is all around us. But it's one of those things, isn't it? When it's on your doorstep, you tend not to even bother. So I don't know, maybe after just spiking my interest there again, that's something I'll look into this year. I've got 2 daughters and 2 sons. Actually, my daughters over the years have been more interested in the fishing than my sons have. My youngest son fell in to the lake, which is down at the bottom of the road from us, when we went fishing a couple of years ago, and since then his nickname has been Pike. So maybe that's what turned him off going back fishing again. So anyway, I'll turn off and let's have a little look at how this gorgeous bike is doing. is a fairly new addition actually, my SW Motec tank bag. Seen a few of you lads out there using them, and I thought it would be a great addition for this year's adventures, just to keep stuff like my camera kit readily accessible rather than having it hidden within a bag within the panniers. So I treated myself to one of these just before Christmas there. So a great little addition, very happy with it, although today could be its first waterproof test. Anyway, on with the show. Actually, look at the colour of the sky over there, folks, compared to where I'm going. But that's the thing, no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothing. True saying that. I love this bike so much. Well, you can probably tell by this video, I love motorcycling so much. But this bike is, without doubt, I know I keep saying it, but it's my all year round bike, my feel safe bike, tackle anything, go anywhere. It's just, well, the ultimate all round bike. And I have thought about upgrading actually this year to the 1250, because I've heard from many of you great things about that bike, but then, as the old saying goes, if it's not broken, why fix it? So I've just taken out another year's BMW warranty on this bike, should anything go wrong with it. At least I know I'm covered, and I'm going to hang on to it. I just love it. And I know I was watching one of my fellow YouTubers here in Ireland, the Gorilla Biker. I was watching one of his videos. He's madly in love with his GJI A750, and so he should be. It's an incredible looking bike, and he has the same empathy and love towards his bike as I have towards this, well, and my other bike, so I totally relate to him. So you know, when you're that much in love with a bike, it really is very difficult to upgrade, even though you're, by the very nature of it, upgrading is hopefully going one better. But if you're in love with a bike as much as this, then, and the same way the Gorilla Biker is with these GJI, then sure, it's very difficult to part with them. It's warmed up a bit anyway. I've turned the heated grips off, because one thing about the heated grips on a BMW bike is that on the highest setting they're actually too hot. It's ridiculous, nearly scald you. But I have been thankful of that a couple of occasions last year. Oh, it's just lovely, isn't it? Just being out, bit of blue skies, green grass, country roads, and a motorbike. Going back to why I started today's video. Probably won't hang around too much longer today, folks, because I've sort of said what I wanted to say, and my mood has changed massively in the, what, half an hour that I've been out already. I actually feel like a different person. It wasn't too long ago since I was lying in bed this morning thinking I really can't be asked today to do anything. And now I'm full of motivation, inspiration and enthusiasm. And that's single-handedly down to motorbikes. Once again, Happy New Year, everybody. Let me know if you have days like this as well. I'd love to play out on that Van Morrison song, of course, but I can't because of the YouTube copyright. Van Morrison, Days Like This. Maybe sing it to yourself as I sign off from this video now. Thanks once again for tuning in. One of my first videos of 2022. Dave Perry, Really Good TV, over and out.